What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MeatHaus. Sunday, getting our push day in today. Rocking some incline bench, some delts, some triceps, and we're gonna get out of here. Should be a really good training session. Looking forward to it. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Would really appreciate it. We are at 12 subscribers here on YouTube, so Tokyo drifting our way to 100 subscribers on the old YouTube. Enough yapping, and let's get warmed up and let's get after it. Also, unlike last video, the audio should work because I double checked my headphones. So hopefully we don't just completely botch the recording. Ooh, get this upper back and these shoulders nice and warmed up. Oh, do this at a bunch of different angles. Very, very high volume. As always, rocking the Black Oxide Ohio Power Bar. Great knurl, great bar, no whip. Warming up, 95 on the bar, incline bench. Going to be doing 4 sets, 8 to 10 today. Pretty straightforward. I mean, nothing crazy. Next warm-up set, really prioritizing the stretch, pausing at the bottom on each rep to build this chest and build that shelf. You know, those dudes who have chests that look like it starts at their collarbone because of where their insertions are and how well developed their chests are. It's kind of like that SpongeBob pose where he's flexing and he's got the headband on and his chest is just massive. It's ultimately the look that we're going for. A lot of my chest pressing movements tend to be incline. I don't even have a setup to do decline. I mean, anytime I would go to LA Fitness, 24-hour lifetime, no one's using the decline bench, and if they are, it's some dude doing sit-ups on it. Like, nobody's actually benching. Not sure how much value there is to decline bench. I'm sure somebody way smarter than me could explain it much better. Just from personal experience, I tend to favor incline bench as my pressing movement over flat or decline. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. I had an old coach in high school who used to say, big pecs, big paychecks. Maybe there's truth to that. I don't know. Oh. So with how my life is and the time that I'm able to dedicate to train between family life, work life, my own kind of spare downtime, things like that, usually 2 days on, 1 day off is what I stick to, following push, pull, rest, legs, arms, and weak points. Jeff Nippert, I think, made a video about this, and he might have a program that he recommends that follows the same sort of training formula and pattern. And with this training split and how things are structured, usually washes out to about 5 days a week training, with the rest days thrown in there. Some days I take, 2 days off in a row if I'm just like super tired, didn't sleep great, whatever the case might be is. But on push days specifically, for those pressing movements, there's of course, your chest is a major muscle group, area of focus and emphasis. And then you have your delts as well, which get trained during your pressing motions. And so on the kind of rotating, push, pull, legs, arms, and weak points, push, pull, legs, arms, and weak points, kind of think of it as like an A and a B. So for the A set of 4 days, that first push day, which is today, is more chest focused and chest oriented. Later on in the workout, I'll throw in some lateral raises, pretty high volume and high rep to build these delts and get kind of that capped shoulder look, those coconut shoulders, boulder shoulders, whatever you want to call them, bowling ball shoulders that everybody's looking for. And then on the next push day, that will be more of a shoulder emphasis. That's where I'll throw in, dumbbell shoulder press, again, lateral raises, do some more rear delt work, things like that to round out my shoulders and make sure that they're getting hit with enough frequency and enough volume. And I also actually hit delts on my weak points and arms day, usually for that training session. Delts and arms are a big emphasis. I mean, really kind of like all upper body. Legs too. I mean, pretty much everything. I'm trying to grow. Can I get a MeatHaus? MeatHaus? That last rep felt way harder than it actually looked. I gotta push myself more. So I think, one of the main benefits of making this Twitch channel, making this YouTube channel, filming my lifts, uploading them, is being able to go back and see the intensity of each set and of each lift. I really do view this as, it's like game tape. Go back, see your strengths, see your weaknesses, track your progress week over week, look at things that you can improve on, making sure I am pushing myself and I'm not, in the last set, or excuse me, I'm not in the last rep of a set thinking, this is it. I'm, about to decapitate myself benching. When you go back and look, and the bar speed barely slows down, things are still looking pretty good. Might get a little arm wiggle, whatever the case might be but tracking that progress, seeing the intensity, seeing the form, seeing the technique, and then improving that week over week. It's kind of like compound interest. If you can get 1% better every day, 0.5% better every day, push yourself, a little bit more as that compounds throughout the year and over years, you're a millionaire in lifting terms. is my analogy here. But enough financial advice. Let's hit our last set and let's push ourselves. Come on. Man, even there, watching it back, in my head I was like, this is it, we are dying, but still, probably could have done one more. Can always live to fight another day. So that wraps up incline bench. Gonna stay with incline, but this time we're going to be doing some incline flies, 3 sets, 12 to 15. Really focusing on that big stretch, squeezing together at the top. Have 25 pounds on the Iron Masters. Whew. All right, next set. Here we go. Oh, man. Last set. Definitely feeling the stretch here in this upper chest. Oh, definitely feeling very fatigued. That's what we're here for. You know, we build these muscles down to build them back up brick by brick. Okay. Whew. Oh. Now we're going to do some lateral raises and hit these delts. 3 sets of lateral raises, 12 to 15. Trying to grow these medial delts, get those coconut shoulders going. Going to do this little lean away thing, slightly longer range of motion. Let's get after it. 15. Whew. All right, one set down. Here we go. So that's going to call it on lateral raises, 15-pound dumbbell. Now we're going to do 2 tricep exercises. Using the Titan lat tower, we'll do this janky overhead tricep extension. Oh, 15. Got hit myself in the head. So on this janky overhead tricep extension that we're doing here, 3 sets of 15, had 50 pounds on, really focusing on building the meat of these triceps. So that was the first set. Got 2 more, and then we'll do 1 last tricep exercise at the end. Really focusing on building these triceps, make it look like get that horseshoe, like a horse kicked me in the back of the arm. Build that meat. Oh, 15. Whew. Man. Oh, we are feeling it. Get those beefy triceps. Really focusing on time under tension. Really focusing on the stretch. Trying not to slip with this janky setup, but this is as good as we can get. Oh yeah, oh, almost got a concussion. We are feeling it. Really feeling it here in the meat that we're going for, you know? Now we're going to do just some normal pushdowns. We have this is as good as we got. I mean, we have the easy bar. Don't really want to set up JM presses right now. So going to do our janky standing push down with this. We're going to keep it at 50 pounds. I have to stand here on this foot plate like this, which is super unstable, and kind of put my shins up against the pad. Going to do these push downs. Before we get to tomorrow's workout, before we get to this post-workout meal, we got one more set of triceps to get through. Damn. We are feeling it. How's the tricep looking? Looking all right? Looking all right? Hope so. All right, everybody. That brings us to the end of today's workout. Really appreciate you all watching, making it this far into the video. Push day, chest emphasis, incline bench, incline flies, lateral raises, overhead extensions, push downs. My chest is smoked, my delts are smoked, triceps are smoked. Thank you for watching. Please, if you're watching on YouTube, consider subscribing, drop a like on the video. You all have been great. We've been the MeatHaus. Catch you next video. Bye-bye.